So I'm here with Kevin. This is Alex from OddsJam, one of the biggest sports betting companies out there. And Kevin's going to be, sharing some of his thoughts on the Super Bowl, some of his thoughts on upcoming fights, and maybe telling us a little bit about if he's ever bet on sports before. So we got one of the biggest fighters, best fighters, most entertaining fighters. So it's Kevin.
Kevin Trailblazer Holland, baby. Boom, boom. So have I ever bet on fights? I guess that was one of those ones that.
Really have you ever bet on anything?
Yeah, usually I bet with the bros. You know what I mean? Like on the block and stuff like that, and usually that goes pretty well. You know what I mean? Or like my mom's husband, he used to have like a little gambling ring when I first met him at his house. You know what I'm saying? It was totally legal though. We were only betting noodles, and I'd come up on all the noodles, so it was cool. But it was way different than the betting world where you guys are in, where they're like plus and minuses, and I always think the plus is the person you're supposed to bet on. So
you like Josh Emmett this weekend?
The
underdog.
Well, from talking to you guys, I realized that the plus is the underdog. So that's why I've been losing all my bets because I've been betting on the wrong person this whole time. So yeah, but I'm still going to continue to go for the pluses because when they pay off great.
They do pay off big. So you got any fights on these? Any fights this weekend? We got Rodriguez Emmett. We got Makhachev Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Anything come to mind?
So I think it's not that I don't like Volkanovski. I think he's an amazing person, but he beat Max Holloway twice. That hurt my heart. You know what I mean? Didn't he beat him 3 times? That really hurt my heart. So
why'd that hurt your heart?
I like Max. You know what I mean? It's like if he would have beat him once and then not beat him again, that would have been cool. But so perhaps the Max. And then you got Khabib's brother, and he beat freaking Oliveira, and I like Oliveira, so I think I'm gonna go for a draw in that fight for sure. Yeah.
Plus 5,000
for a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I put $1 in there,
you win 100. You put 100, you win 5,000. Put $1, you win 50.
So I'm betting $100 on that for sure, because it sounds like a win-win. And then the Year and the Emmett fight, I think I'm gonna go with Emmett because one time, I was trying to get with this girl, and then I looked at her messages and I seen Year was right there with like the eyes, and I was like, damn, he used a better emoji than me, and he was getting ready to like almost fight for a title fight.
How do you UFC guys end up going after the same girls?
It's just not that many in the pool, and a lot of them.
Was she a fighter?
She was a fighter, and then it's only a few fighters that are hot, and then some of the other fighters they're not that hot. So it's like, but they all got pretty decent bodies. It's just some of their faces.
Who's a hot fighter?
Shit, Mackenzie Dern fine. Yeah, I gotta cut that. But it's like there's a few good hot fighters. There's a few good.
Yeah,
we had a few on the show, at least one for sure. Super fine, finest.
That's great. Okay, so what about any upcoming fights? I know you fight in early April, so you're on a really stacked. You got on a really good card. So you got Pereira Adesanya. Any thoughts there?
Pereira Adesanya.
Obviously,
I think Pereira gets it done again, and it's like no disrespect to Adesanya, but this guy's beat him in every aspect of the game. So now, unless Adesanya comes out here with some like major grappling skills, it'd be pretty cool. He might turn into Derek Brunson overnight.
He's the underdog, plus 135.
He's the underdog?
Pereira's the underdog.
How? He's beat him every time. Knockouts. Well, it is what it is.
What about John Jones, Cyril Gane? Last fight. Then we'll switch over to the Super Bowl.
I'm going for the GOAT, all time. John Jones. Nothing wrong with Cyril Gane. He's a really good fighter, but John Jones, the most creative fighter of all time, most dominant fighter of all times. And
any fighters you get inspiration from?
John Jones. I mean, dude, inside the cage, John Jones is amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So nobody better than John Jones inside that cage.
That's incredible.
And then outside the cage, it's really hard to draw inspiration from any of the fighters because I'm my own man.
Yeah, 100%. You're fun to watch.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
So let's switch over to the Super Bowl. You're from Philly.
I'm from Cali.
Oh, you're
from Cali.
Dad's
side of the family is from Philly, though. And growing up, I had to give him props to at least one of his teams. And so Eagles is what it was. The Cali teams were pleasing to me. We didn't want to be a Raiders fan like some of the other people. I wasn't from the Bay or nothing like that. So there it was. It was Eagles.
You gonna watch the game? What's your plans for the game?
You know what? We just built a little gym, so I think we're gonna go up there. It has really good Wi-Fi.
Who's where?
Huh?
Where?
Where? The gym?
Where?
Where?
You said we built the gym.
Yeah, we, like me and the boys, in the squad, the gang. Yeah, we built it. Well, they built it. I kind of sat around and just pointed fingers, so that was pretty cool. So we'll probably watch it there, and if we don't watch it there, I'll just probably find somebody who cooks the best in the city, and I'll just go to their house for free food. For sure. Gotta have free food.
So what made you move here, specifically to Dallas, I guess, real quick?
I wanted to be closer to the Cowboy fans so I can rub it in their face when the Eagles won. That's what it was.
There we go.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, any props you got? Any bets you'd want to recommend to people for this weekend?
Well,
They don't have to be informed, but are you going? The Eagles are favorites.
yeah,
Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are underdogs.
yeah, I can see it.
You like the
I can see
Eagles?
why. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I can see why those other guys would be the underdogs. They suck ass. So for sure, going for the Eagles.
Okay, there we go. And he's going to be signing. We got a couple pictures and we got an Eagles hat.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we're going to be giving away
keeping the
3 of
Eagles
them.
hat.
No, you're not. Try though. But yeah. I mean, we got Kevin Holland. I mean, anything else you want to say about betting in general? Any advice you'd want to recommend? Maybe
Stop
UFC
betting on the underdogs.
Stop
betting on the underdogs. Yeah. Don't think the plus means that they're favored to win. Remember, the minus means they're favored to win, and that's completely dumb. And you guys should change that in the betting world.
It's too confusing.
It's too fucking confusing. Or if I bet $100, just let me win $100. It's like,
That makes sense.
if not, I'm just gonna keep betting with my cousin.
Okay.
All right.
Keep stealing his noodles.
Yeah. You come up hard off noodles.
I actually got a couple bets for this weekend, so if it's still rolling, let me get these. Let me see if you have any thoughts. I have 2 over 1.5 rounds. So the first fight is just if you know who they are, Jack Jenkins versus Don Shayanis. Don't know either of them.
No.
Jack Jenkins, Tyson Pedro versus Modestus Bukauskas.
I know Tyson Pedro. Yeah.
You think he can last 7.5 minutes?
Do I think he can last 7.5 minutes? I think he usually finishes the other guy before 7.5 minutes. Well, there's a good chance.
Okay.
You picking the over or the under?
Favorite. I'm taking the over. He's a minus 240 favorite. I have the over 1.5 rounds. A lot of people are on it.
Okay.
A lot of our customers and stuff like that.
So what's the under for them to go under 2.5?
Under 1.5. 1.5. So 1.5 lines are crazy because it's 7.5 minutes. So the fight is favored to go over 1.5 rounds. If you bet the under 1.5 rounds, then it's plus 120 ish. So you're betting 100 to win 120. But yeah, UFC is the craziest sport to bet on. Like for us sports bettors, fucking crazy because you'll have a guy like over 2.5 rounds and I'll get knocked out. 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the fifth.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Or like you had a lot of people with Usman versus Edwards last time. On Usman decision, that was like most of the public, which obviously was fucking insane. So yeah, UFC's crazy to bet on.
That's fucking wild.
Absolutely crazy.
Too many things can happen.
Too many things can happen. It's not like baseball or football even where you kind of know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Once you're kind of in the third quarter. Not that crazy things can't happen in football, our favorite sport, but UFC's fucking wild.
Well, there it is, folks. If you want to bet wild, bet with the fucking UFC.
Here we go. All lines were from my bookie.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the James Krause situation?
What are my thoughts on the James Krause situation? Oh, don't do crime. You don't have to do time. Period. Simple as that. Yeah. Yeah. They can speak too much on the James Krause situation. They might come arrest my black ass. Shit.
I think that's perfect.
That's a
I think
wrap?
you got a lot.
Sweet.
That's incredible.
Thank you, bro.
I got a film
Appreciate
person.
that.
Yeah, we
Fun.
appreciate
Yeah.
you.